Today I'm going to unveil two chilling horror stories featuring night shift workers in the docks. So if you are ready, grab your snacks and let's get started. It was a cold and rainy night. I had just finished my shift at the docks. I was tired and hungry, and all I wanted was to get home and sleep. I walked to my car that was stationed in the pier parking lot, a rusty old sedan that had seen better days. I got in and turned the key, but nothing happened. I tried again, but still nothing. The engine was dead. I'm no mechanical expert, but I popped open the car hood to investigate what might be amiss. And as I expected, I didn't figure it out. Great, just great, I muttered to myself. I reached for my phone and called the tow truck company. They said they would send someone as soon as possible, but it could take an hour or more. I sighed and hung up. I looked around and saw that I was alone in the parking lot. The only light came from the street lamps and the moon. The rain was falling harder, making a loud noise on the roof of my car. I decided to wait inside, hoping that the tow truck would arrive sooner than later. I locked the doors and turned on the radio, trying to find something to keep me company. I scanned through the stations, but all I heard was static and noise. I gave up and turned it off. I leaned back in my seat and closed my eyes, hoping to catch some sleep. I was about to drift off when I heard a loud thud on the trunk of my car. I jolted awake and looked in the rear-view mirror, but I saw nothing. I thought it might have been a branch or something that fell from a tree. I shrugged it off and closed my eyes again. I heard another thud, this time on the roof of my car. I opened my eyes, took a look up outside of the car, and nothing there. I tried to ignore it and close my eyes again. I heard a third thud, this time on the hood of my car. Seriously? I whispered to myself. I opened my eyes and looked ahead, but I saw nothing. I was getting annoyed and scared by the noises. I wondered what was making them. Maybe it was the rain. I reached for my phone and checked the time. It had been 45 minutes since I called the tow truck. Where were they? I decided to call them again and ask for an update. I dialed the number and waited for someone to answer, but the estimate was that I had to wait in line for 20 minutes. Now, to make matters even worse, I forgot to charge my phone at work and ran out of battery while I was waiting in line. So my car's engine is dead, my phone's battery is empty, and I'm hearing creepy sounds on a heavy rain night. What next? I was getting desperate, and my bad luck didn't run out yet. After a few minutes, I see a guy walking towards my direction. He was wearing a trench coat for what I noticed, and he was completely soaked because of the rain. I couldn't see his face, though. But where is he going to? The parking lot is empty. I sank into my seat, attempting to blend into the shadows, make myself less visible. He passes through and I exhale a quiet sigh in relief. But this is not over yet. This guy had other plans. Moments stretch, and then a gentle knock on my window. His eyes, urgent and insistent, beckon me to lower the glass. No, I assert, but he continues pleading, as if the world hinges on my decision. This guy is not going away, is it? I thought to myself. I slightly open the window and ask, "What do you need?" This is where the situation gets bad. His fingers claw at the window, first tugging, then pounding. I yell, "I'm armed! I'm going to shoot you!" But that's not true. I don't have any weapons with me. I was shaking, my heart racing. Yet I feign purpose, my fingers tracing an imaginary weapon within the glove compartment. But when I turn around, he's no longer there. He's gone. Did it work? Where is he? I thought, but I didn't see him. Maybe he was just crouching near the car. I couldn't exit the car, it was too risky. Instead, I remained vigilant. After a minute or two, for the first time in the night, I had some luck, if I can call it that. The tow truck is arriving, the headlights shining like a radiating sun. "Finally, man," I whispered in relief. I was so happy. The tow truck driver leaves his vehicle and I leave mine too. I ask infuriated, "What took you so long?" "I'm sorry, the weather is not helping," he replies. "Did you see anyone near my car?" And of course he says no. He tows my car and he drives back to my mechanic. At least I got some company now, which made me relax a little bit more. This was the most frightening event of my life. If I had a decent car, it would have saved me a lot of trouble that day. I ended up getting a decent deal for a new car a few months later. I don't want any more experiences like that. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It helps us create more content like this. And remember, it's your support that keeps us going. We love hearing from you. Now let's move forward with the next story. I work at the docks, loading and unloading cargo from the ships. Night shifts are quiet and peaceful, And as bonus, you get paid extra, so I always try to work at this time whenever possible. However, something happened that made me regret this. On a Saturday night, when I was moving to one of the cargo that I needed to unload, I saw a man walking along the pier, wearing a hooded jacket. Typically, this isn't an issue. The signs delineating the restricted area are insufficiently visible at night, and occasionally individuals inadvertently stray in the wrong direction, especially when they are drunk or homeless. Sometimes it's a combination of both. Usually these individuals are deterred by the security personnel patrolling the perimeter. However, this particular guy seemed completely undeterred, so I decided to check him out. Maybe he was lost or something. I approached him and asked him what he was doing there. He turned around and looked at me with a sinister smile. He was tall and his face intimidating. He said something in a language I didn't understand. Then he laughed. I insisted, "Can I help you, sir? This is a restricted area." In an abrupt shift, his laughter ceased, replaced by a menacing glare that seemed to pierce through my very being. Swiftly he pivoted on his heel, striding purposefully away, not toward the exit, but toward one of the nearby warehouses. I felt a chill down my spine. This guy was not acting normal. I grabbed my walkie-talkie and called the security. I told them there was a trespasser on the pier, and that they should come quickly. They said they were on their way. I swiftly made my way to my usual resting place, my heart beating on my chest like crazy. I sipped my coffee and rested a little bit there, trying to understand what the hell just happened. One of the security personnel approached me, assuring that they had found no one suspicious. Despite checking the surveillance cameras diligently, their efforts yielded no success. They continued patrolling the piers for a bit, until they eventually gave up. I relaxed slightly and resumed my work. Perhaps the mysterious individual had departed. However, my assumption proved painfully wrong. When I was moving to one of the containers that I needed to unload, I saw something in the corner of my eye. For a second I thought, no, not again. And for my luck, there was him with the hands in his pockets looking at me with its sinister smile. I pretended not to see him. I hesitated to approach him once more. Perhaps he was a robber, armed and dangerous. I hid behind a nearby container and called security again. They checked the cameras, but this time they actually found someone and called the authorities. The security team resumed their patrols until the officers arrived. I explained the situation, but their expressions remained stoic, as if they'd heard it all before. Their response was a weary nod. "We'll keep an eye out," they assured me. But after a few minutes they left. I believe that he had disappeared when he saw the police car, and luckily I never encountered this unusual figure again. I work in this docks for almost 10 years now, and never before had I encountered anything as sinister and inexplicable as this. And may it remain that way, forever. Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey. If this story sent a shiver down your spine, or if you simply enjoyed our content, we encourage you to share the video with friends and loved ones who might appreciate a good story. Until next time,